Thank you so much for joining us, and we begin this evening with the 2016 election, or as it's more commonly known, what did I do to deserve this? I always try to be a good person. Is this because I stole candy once in 4th grade? Please stop punishing us. 2016. This week saw the first presidential debate, where, as I'm sure you know by now, Donald Trump's performance consisted mainly of an incoherent jumble of sniffles and nonsense, like a racist toddler coming out of dental surgery. And it all culminated in this amazing assertion.
I think my strongest asset, maybe by far, is my temperament. I have a winning temperament. I know how to win.
That is an incredible statement. If he had looked straight into the camera and said, "I am a small Korean woman," it would have been more believable. And for the record, you can't incoherently rant about having the best temperament. That is a claim that disproves itself. It's like getting a forehead tattoo that says, "I have excellent judgment." But this week, we then saw what a winning temperament actually means. It's a temperament that allows you to insist that you won something that you demonstrably lost. Because Trump spent the last 7 days citing his victories in what he called final debate polls, peppering his rallies with boasts like this.
And so we won every single online poll, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of voters. Almost every single poll had us winning the debate against crooked Hillary Clinton. Every single online poll said we won, which is great. Every single online poll.
Okay, first of all, he did not win every single online poll. He certainly didn't win this actual BuzzFeed poll about whether candy corn is good. And if you're wondering who did win that, it was BuzzFeed, you idiots. BuzzFeed wins every BuzzFeed poll. Now, the clear problem with online polls is that you can vote anonymously as many times as you want. That is how, when a British government agency held a Name Our Ship poll, the people's overwhelming choice was Boaty McBoatface. It's also how, when there was an internet vote on where Pitbull should perform, he ended up, and this is true, in an Alaska Walmart. And yet, Trump kept citing these nonsense polls, as did his media boosters like Sean Hannity.
If you look at all the online polls, The Hill, Time.com, Slate, I mean, the list was really long. Trump won the debate in these online polls. Everyone's going to say, Hannity, they're not scientific. I hear what you're saying.
Do you, though? I'm not sure you do. In fact, I'm not even sure you hear what your own company is saying, because Fox News sent out an internal memo this week saying that such polls, quote, do not meet our editorial standards. Which is shocking, since I was pretty sure Fox News' only editorial standards were all ladies must be 8s or above and try not to say the N-word. And by Thursday, the Trump campaign's insistence that online polls were just as good as real ones was beginning to drive people nuts.
The polls that happened that night, the night of the debate, the snap polls, the ones that happened online, those all showed Mr. Trump winning in a huge way.
What scientific poll had Donald Trump winning? Give me one scientific poll. Everything else was those are fan polls, man. Those are polls that like computer programmers can mess with. Those aren't real.
I understand that Hillary got support from the insiders and from the media. Mr. Trump's got the support from the grassroots and from the people.
Jason, you've been doing this a while. You know those are bogus.
Look how frustrated he is. Chuck Todd's head is about to explode. And you know that this pains him, because he's talking to a fellow goatee wearer. And usually they have to stick together against the world that makes fun of their ridiculous facial hair. And while all this was going on, there was an even more inexplicable narrative developing. Because, to be fair, Trump did score a few points early on against Hillary Clinton, and he could have spent the whole week talking about those. But instead, he fixated on one particular thing she said towards the end of the night.
And one of the worst things he said was about a woman in a beauty contest. He called this woman Miss Piggy. Then he called her Miss Housekeeping because she was Latina. Donald, she has a name.
Where did you find
her
this?
name
Where
is
did you find
Alicia
this?
Machado.
Where did you find it?
Why does he care where she found it?